Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to our video. On this occasion, we would like to present about central design of curriculum. Before we start it, we will introduce our member. I am Nurul Septiani as a moderator and speaker 2, and Merosi Mademulyani as a speaker 1, and the last speaker is Norlina Taileleu. Okay, we start it.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Merasa Mademulyani. In this occasion, I want to explain about definition the central design of the curriculum. Central design is yet another district approach. In this part, we will look the characteristic of the central design and how different from design forward and backward designs. Central design begins with the decoding of the teaching approach, first followed by the content and statement. In this approach, it is the method of teaching that most important. There are is assumption among teachers who is the approach that is method of teaching along with the supporting activities will lead to successful learning outcomes or demonstration of mastery. Central design is heavily fixed the online learning process. For example, there is emphasis the discussion making, and critical thinking. All of the examples are somewhat fuzzy in the beginning, able to ask them. We can tell when they happen, but they're not easy to place a score on them because there's a subjective of skill. Okay, thank you. And the next material.
The next material is process central design of the curriculum. First is content. Curriculum takes contents from external standard and local goals and shape it into a plan for how to conduct effective teaching and learning. It is thus more than a list of topics and list of key facts and skills. It is a map of how to achieve the outputs of desired student performance, in which appropriate learning activities and assessment are suggested to make it more likely that students achieve the desired result. An outcome is what learners are able to do as the result of a period of instruction. Today, desired learning output or outcome are often described in terms of objective or in terms of performance, competencies, or skill.
I'm Norlina. I want to explain, for example, approach is in language teaching. Number 1, novel methods of the 1980s. Language teaching in the first part of the 20th century was shaped by teaching methods which reflect average planning approach. Method success, the audio-lingual method, situational language teaching, and early version of communicative language teaching had firm foundation is in well-developed syllabus, either grammatically based or with a more communicative framework, is with CLT. Next, task-based language teaching, TBLT, version 1. Task-based language teaching, version 2. Needs analysis is also the starting point for curriculum development in some version of task-based language teaching, and is used to determine an inventory of target tasks learners need to be able to master in the target language. Using this model of TBLT, the sequence is: number 1, Identify target tasks through needs analysis. 2. Decide classroom tasks. 3. Apply TBLT methodology. 4. Identify language and other demands of the task. 5. Follow-up language teaching. Next material, Dagum. A more recent example of the use of central design in language teaching has been labeled Dagum, a term taken from the film industry that refers to filming without scripts or rehearsal by Scott Turnberry, who introduced the approach to language teaching meetings in Turnberry 2009. It is based on the idea that instead of basing teaching on a pre-planned syllabus, a set of objective and published material, teaching is built around conversational interaction between teacher and student and among students themselves. Post method. This term is sometimes used to refer to teaching which is not based on the perception and procedure of a particular method nor which follow a predetermined syllabus, but which draw on the teacher's individual conceptualization of language learning and teaching. The practical knowledge and skill teachers develop from training and experience, the teacher knowledge of the learner's need, interest, and learning style, as well as to the teacher understanding of the teaching context. The ecological classroom. In classroom, as an ecology, learning is not a system of input which individual learners convert into output. Rather, the environment provides affordance or opportunities for meanings.
Okay, in conclusion, any language teaching curriculum contains the element of content, process, and outcome. Curriculum approaches differ in how they visualize the relationship between these elements, how they are prioritized and arrive at the role that syllabus, materials, teachers, and learners play in the process of curriculum development. Okay, it's all about our presentation. Thank you.